Well, alrighty. Enough of my awkward rambling. Let's get started with our 2021 Panini Prizm Draft Picks Football Random Player 300 box break number 3. Just like with all of our random player breaks, we list everybody in random.org in the order of which they purchased their spots. We'll randomize that list 5 times and then match that up against an alphabetical player list from the product. Good luck, everybody. Once, twice, 3 times, 4, and lucky number 5. And we've got Bennett in the top spot, and we've got Eric in the bottom spot, i.e., the Zach Wilson spot. All right, so we'll cut and paste this over to the right, sort it by everybody's names, and then scroll through so everybody can see which players they have, and then we will tear into our boxes and see what we get. Like I'd mentioned earlier, this is our last round of the hanger boxes. I think we've got a few of the mega boxes with different varieties of ice prisms, but these are our last hangers. Alrighty. I don't think they will, Keith. I think products that should be priced high will remain priced. Super premium products are still going to be four, five, 600, $1,000 a box. I don't see much change there. I think where the big impact is, and I'll use Series 1 tops and Series 2 tops since those are the most common staples within the industry. Like, I think that those will be readily available. I don't think that it'll be something, Series 1 tops isn't going to be $150 a box. Frankly, I think that's just absurd. I mean, I get it and I understand how it got to that point and I understand all the economic mechanics behind it. But at the same time, it's ridiculous and not the way that anybody wants to be doing business. Um, even the manufacturer, it's not good for the manufacturer because they don't see that profit. It's the people in the distribution chain that, they're the ones that manipulate the market to be able to realize that. And, good for them because that's their job and I get it. But at the end of the day, probably not the healthiest thing for the hobby to not have certain products be readily accessible at, whatever the suggested retail price is. So I think that, um, I think the high end stuff is still going to remain very high end and very expensive, um, as it should. I mean, that's the type of product that, it's developed to be that kind of product. It's marketed and positioned within their product calendars, um, to be like that, and I get that. But I think some of the base brand products, your Tops Chrome, Bowman, base Bowman, stuff like that, that needs to be available at a reasonable price in reasonable quantity. And I think it will be. I mean, obviously, Fanatics is paying an astronomical price for these exclusives. They're even giving the leagues and the players associations equity in the entity that they're creating. So it behooves them to make it as profitable as possible. And part of that is availability of product that is somewhat mass produced. Obviously, base brand tops is not produced as a limited edition product by any means, and People are going to open it regardless of the quantity that's manufactured. They open it because they like it and they enjoy it. And it doesn't matter if there's 5,000 hobby cases made or 50,000 hobby cases made, they're still going to open it. And honestly, if it's reasonably priced, they're probably going to open more of it. So I think things that before the last 24 months that most hobbyists would expect to be available at a reasonable price, close to suggested retail price, will probably be under the new regime. Now, it might not be the first year because it's going to take them a while to kind of work the bugs out of the system, so to speak. They're going to have to ramp up their manufacturing a lot. They're probably going to have to at least double the capacity that's in the industry right now today, and maybe even triple that. But they have the means to do that. They have the financial wherewithal, obviously, to do that. Now, from a people perspective, that's going to be the difficult part, to be able to have the staff to be able to produce at that scale. But I'm sure they'll work that out. I mean, they've worked through those issues within the clothing world. There's no reason they can't do it within printing and packaging. So, and I'm sure they're very aware of that too. They're probably already working on it. From what I understand, they're already working, or at least scouting personnel for various roles within the new entity. So I'm sure that's part of that equation. I mean, I'm not saying it's all lollipops and roses. Don't get me wrong, I'm not, but I think there are some advantages, and there'll be some advantages to the collector as well. And obviously, there's probably going to be some disadvantages to go along with that. Again, it's not all rainbows and lollipops. There's some give and take there, and will continue to be. All righty. Now that we have went through our list, let's open our boxes. I'm going to go ahead and pop all these out. Oh shoot, that one didn't want to tear. All right, so let's start with hanger box number one. Adjust my screen real quick here. There we go. So I'm just going to go through this top part since it's all veteran base until we get to the good stuff. All right. And a Trevion Morig rookie. And a Najee Harris All-Americans rookie. Then we have a Hamilcar Rashed Jr. rookie. Then a Elijah Mitchell rookie. Then we have a Rondale Moore Crusade rookie. And then another Hamilcar Rashed rookie, this time the All-American subset. And then our first green prism is a Jamar Chase Crusade rookie. Then we have a DeAndre Hopkins green prism. And then a Tyreek Hill green prism. Then our first green wave prism is Henry Ruggs III. Then our next green wave prism is Cam, released by the Patriots this week. Assuming he'll end up with the Cowboys at some point as Dak's backup. And then our last green wave prism is Carlos Basham Jr. rookie. All right, hanger box number 2. Cooper, Mixon, Tannehill, Swift, Hurts, Hunt, Cooper Kupp, and Devonta Smith, Crusade rookie. We have a Rondale Moore base rookie to go with the Crusade rookie that we pulled in the last hanger box. Then a Nico Collins rookie. And then we have a Zach Wilson, All-Americans rookie. Then we have a Kyle Trask rookie. And then a Elijah Moore rookie. Another one. And then we have a Mac Jones Crusade rookie. How about that? He'll be the starter for the Patriots this year. And then our first green prism. Oh, how about that? Little Justin Fields. All-Americans rookie green prism. Awesome. Great card for the field spot. Then our next green prism is Cam Akers. Then our next green prism is Myles Garrett. Then our first green wave prism, Julio. And then our next green wave is Kyle Trask. And then our last green wave is Elijah Moore. All right, third hanger box. All right, first card is Justin Fields base All-Americans rookie card to go with his green prism from the last box. Then we have a Dylan Moses rookie. Tyson Campbell rookie. and a Terrace Marshall Crusade rookie. Then a Micah Parsons All-Americans rookie. And then a Zach Wilson base rookie to go with the All-Americans rookie we've already pulled. The Zach Wilson spot is paying off good this evening. Then our first green Prizm is Joseph Asaya. Then our next green Prizm is Jarrett Stidham. And our third green Prizm is Saquon Barkley. Our first green wave Prizm, Gardner Minshew. Oh, how about that? And then our second green wave Prizm, Mac Jones, rookie. Not too bad there. And then our last green wave Prizm is Javian Hawkins, rookie. Alrighty, now that we have been through all of our cards in our 3 hanger boxes, let's go back through our list and see who got which cards. We'll start with our rookie cards first, and then go through our Prizm parallels. So our first one here is Zach Wilson. I believe we pulled his base rookie and then also his All-Americans rookie. And both of those go to Eric. Congrats on those, Eric. And then next we have a Micah Parsons All-American rookies. And that goes to Bennett. Congrats on that, Bennett. Next we have a Terrace Marshall Crusade rookie. And that goes to John G. Congrats on that, John. Next we have a Tyson Campbell rookie. And that goes to Eric. Doubling up, congrats on that. And then next we have a Dylan Moses rookie. And that goes to Ronald. Congrats on that, Ronald. And then next we have a Justin Fields All-American rookies, which goes to David O to go along with his green Prizm rookie as well. Congrats on those. And then next is our Mac Jones Crusade rookie, which goes with his base rookie and also his green wave Prizm. And all of those go to Linda. Congrats on those, Linda. And then next is our Elijah Moore rookie. I believe he also had a Prizm parallel. And those go to Eric. Congrats on those, Eric. And then next is Kyle Trask rookie, along with his green wave Prizm. And both of those go to John F. Congrats on those, John. And then next is Nico Collins. And that goes to John G. Congrats on that. And then next is Rondale Moore. He has a base rookie and I believe also a Crusade rookie that we pulled. And both of those go to John G. Congrats on those. And then next is our Devonta Smith Crusade rookie. And that goes to Ronald. Doubling up, congrats on that. And then next is our Hamilcar Rashed Jr. rookie and also All-Americans rookie. And both of those go to Linda. Congrats on those, Linda. And the next is our Elijah Mitchell rookie. And that goes to Chad. Congrats on that, Chad. And then next is our Najee Harris All-Americans rookie. And that goes to Linda with the triple. Congrats on that. And then next is Trayvon Moehrig rookie. And that goes to Pablo. Congrats on that, Pablo. And then our last base rookie is our Sam Ehlinger rookie. And that goes to Eric. Congrats on that. So next we'll go through our green prisms and then our green wave prisms. So our first green prism is Saquon Barkley. And that goes to Ronald. Doubling up, congrats on that. Then our next green prism is Jarrett Stidham. And that goes to Ronald as well. Back to back, congrats on that. And then next is our Joseph Asaya rookie green prism. And that goes to Anthony. Congrats on that, Anthony. And then next is our Myles Garrett green prism. And that goes to Chad. Doubling up, congrats on that. Then our next green prism is Cam Akers. And that goes to Pablo. Doubling up, congrats on that. And then our next green prism is Tyreek Hill. And that goes to Anthony. Congrats on that. Then our next green prism is DeAndre Hopkins. And that goes to Anthony as well. Congrats on that. And then our last green prism is our Jamar Chase Crusade rookie prism. And that goes to Ronald. Congrats on that. So then next we've got our green wave prisms. And our first one is Javian Hawkins. And that goes to Anthony. Congrats on that. And then our next green wave prism is Gardner Minshew. And that goes to Linda. Congrats on that, Linda. And then our next green wave prism is Julio Jones. And that goes to David. Congrats on that, David. Then our next green wave prism is Carlos Basham Jr., i.e. Boogie, and that goes to John F. Congrats on that. And then our next green wave prism is Cam Newton, and that goes to Eric. Congrats on that. And then our last green wave prism is Henry Ruggs III. Hey, and that goes to Pablo for the triple. Congrats on that. Well, all righty. That concludes our 2021 Panini Prizm Draft Picks Football Random Player 3-hanger box break number 3. Thanks to everybody that bought spots in the break. As always, we appreciate you all supporting our breaks the way you do. Thanks to everybody that joined us in the live stream for the break this evening. And we'll be back here in about 5 minutes with our 2020 Bowman Chrome HTA Baseball Random Team 1-box break number 7. Thanks again, everybody. All right, there's our HTA box. Looks like we've got about 6 minutes before we get started.